Hadouken, bitch!
What the hell?
Consider this to be revenge.
The hell is this?
Just plug it in. Plug it in. Do it. You need to do it right now.
I'm gonna regret this, aren't I?
You know what? No, you're not.
Oh, that is loud!
Why is it so loud?
This game could give you tinnitus!
You know what? I think this game could give you tinnitus.
What?
What?
You say something!
What?
So, you play as Astyanax, just like in the title. What a shocker. He says his name is from Greek mythology, he thinks.
It's nice of them to try to explain why the game is called Astyanax. But my Greek mythology is a little rusty, so who is Astyanax?
Apparently, Astyanax was the son of Hector of Troy, and as an infant, was killed by being chucked over the walls by Neoptolemus.
Jesus.
Oh, it gets better. Neoptolemus then used Astyanax's dead body as a weapon to club the king to death.
Wow, that sure seems like a winner to be named after.
Astyanax explains that he is a freshman in Greenview High, because where he goes to school is the most important aspect of this story, but what isn't important is the text scroll speed. Just look at this text scroll speed. It's like if Pokemon had a setting called Slowpoke on the text speed options.
The fairy's name is Cutie? That has got to be one of the most uncreative names I've heard for a fairy.
So Cutie tells you that you're the chosen hero and need to save the princess and the land from a villain named Blackhorn.
God, if they get any more original, I think I'm gonna puke.
Princess
So Astyanax complains that he's only 16 and can't fight monsters and blah de blah blah.
Wait, go back.
can't fight monsters.
No, further back.
16?
16 and a freshman in high school?
Then he must be a genius at sucking at school and life. Mostly life, I think.
Hooray for the public school system!
I don't know how Princess Rosebud thinks that this kid is the chosen warrior to save her. He can't even muster up enough determination to pass his classes, let alone save the world.
And look at this. Now, they've armed him.
Giving a troubled teen a weapon and tell him to kill monsters? I wonder if he thinks his teachers are monsters. Anyway, on to the actual game finally.
Okay, well the first thing I noticed is how large the sprite is in this game. I mean, good God! Just look at how much space this guy takes up. He's at least twice as large as Simon Belmont from Simon's Quest. But at least the controls aren't too bad. You can jump higher than Michael Jordan in Moon Boots and control how high with just a simple tap of the jump button. And your weapon has a power meter, which means you need to time your attacks to inflict the most damage.
However, nearly every enemy in this game is either too small or too fast to hit. Or both. I mean, whatever these things are. Blue tumors, maybe? Now that's perfect game design right there. Make one of the most feared enemies of the game be cancer.
And these green Cacodemon Metroid things are just pooping out bouncing exploding balls at me and fly around at 1,000,000 miles per hour. Not to mention that at any given moment a new enemy will pop out of nowhere, and this character moves so slowly. Why does he move so slowly?
Well, that's probably due to the fact that before Astyanax was released on the NES, it was an arcade cabinet called the Astyanax. In this game, the character moved slightly faster and the animations were smooth as butter. Unfortunately, though, the Famicom and NES ports were released less than a year later, and they appear to have been slapped together almost haphazardly.
Thanks, Jalico.
Thanks.
The games are still vaguely similar. The gameplay is about the same. They both have power meters and weapon upgrades. But the story is completely different. In our game, you're a dopey kid who gets magically transported to a fantasy world. In the Astyanax, you are a veritable He-Man who murders demons for fun.
Okay, looks like I reached into the stage. Oh God! That's the boss! The boss just fell on my head. Great. Okay, up and B uses spells. Good. Okay, beat the boss. And now... Oh. Now it's an even bigger boss. Fighting another boss. With a detachable head boss. And I died to the boss. Boss.
Did you save?
Very funny. Just gotta do the level again, that's all.
Yeah, you do.
Alright, this time I'm not messing around. Yeah! That's a purple skeleton.
Yep, that's Thorndog. He's telling Blackhorn how you murdered Caesar.
Well, how the hell did you know that already?
Demons.
We're not doing this again.
Demons? Oh, fine.
So after Blackhorn curses with the most profane word ever,
He rants about how Astyanax will ruin his plans to take over the world. But look at this guy. Just look at him. His horns are not black.
But he's black, and he has horns.
Touché, Jalico. So the next level is called Red Robe, but it's not red. You fight a blob monster man thing, and then go into a cave. You jump up a bunch of platforms, and then fight another sub-boss that resembles Ridley, and then another big boss.
What's the boss this time?
A giant Medusa thing. Hit her right in the pink balls, and she'll go down fast.
Yay, another cutscene. And this time it's about Whiny Boy missing his world. Man up, dude, you've only been here like 10 minutes.
Seriously.
There's so much garbage flying around that it's impossible not to get hit. And every time I die, I have to restart the level and my weapon downgrades.
At least your power meter remains constant, even after you get a game over screen. And you have unlimited continues, so there's no real excuse but to keep playing.
Okay, now I'm fighting a Minotaur. And I just smacked him to the other side of the screen.
I wonder if that would work in real life.
No, I know where you're going with this. No. Don't you dare.
I knew it!
The third level boss kinda looks like a cross between Porky Pig and Krang from Ninja Turtles?
And you said these game developers weren't creative.
And it flies. What the hell? Okay, I'm gonna try this. Bam! Bam! Yeah! Spells!
So we see another pointless scene of Blackhorn getting worried, then onto the swamp level. The purple swamp. With eyes on the ground, and all the enemies are green, either flying green fish or green fishmen. It's like they made a horrible color tribute to Barney with this level.
Actually, almost all the levels seem to be eye-wrenching colors. Either colors that clash completely or too much of one color. It's like the developers were colorblind. Or on acid.
Or both?
And when too many enemies get on the screen, the whole game lags. This is a major problem because the game is based on platforming. Every time you get hit, you get knocked backwards. And nearly every enemy is positioned near a ledge or crevice, just waiting for your sorry ass to fall in.
Sometimes you get to a power-up and Cutie pops out. She tells you to change bash or spell up, down, change up spell. Then you can choose to upgrade or downgrade your weapon, or refill your spell power.
Why the hell would you downgrade your weapon? You don't worry downgrades when you die, and that happens too often for you to waste your choice on that. If you really want to downgrade your weapon, just go jump in the puddle a couple times. So go with either upgrading the sword or refill your spell power.
Actually, the different weapons use different amounts of spell power. The staff uses the least, and the sword uses the most. But the sword is significantly stronger than the staff, and you use it a lot more. So, after 2 levels of wasted time and no new boss to fight, you reach the maze. And this maze is really stupid easy once you figure out how.
How do I go through this door? Oh, you hold up on the D-pad until it decides to warp you through.
One of these doors are different, but how? Could it be the colored lanterns? Nope. Just go through the only door that has a skeleton jump out at you. You know, simple logical science.
You don't even need to kill the skeleton to enter the door.
After the maze, you finally get to fight Thorndog. But, of course, Astyanax has to throw an insult at him.
Wrong, ugly. First off, what is the right ugly? And ugly, really? What are you? 6?
Well, he is a 16-year-old freshman, so, you know.
Oh yeah, I guess I forgot.
So, after you kill Thorndog, he goes all Andros on you, and Cutie sacrifices herself to save you.
How noble and cliche. Finally, last level.
In the last level, you fight nearly all the sub-bosses you met so far. And then you face Blackhorn.
At least you get a potion right before you face him.
And your spell power gets refilled. And if you die, just walk left during the battle for a weapon upgrade.
What a good sport Blackhorn is for making sure you're at peak performance before you fight him. You know, most bosses don't care enough to let you power up right before you fight them, but this way, if you die, it's your own damn fault.
Well, Blackhorn is no pushover. He could teleport and use spells like time freezing and lightning. But when you beat him, he turns into a dragon. So the cover art wasn't a complete lie, just the dragon isn't green?
And this dragon is pretty tough. You hit his chest like the other bosses, but he still uses freeze time and launch fireballs at you. When you hit him enough, he turns a different color and his attacks become more frequent. But what irritates me the most is that his chest is not always open to attack. And when it is, he's almost always using time freeze on you.
Once Blackhorn is defeated and the princess is freed, she invites Astyanax back to her place for a party. But being the lame kid he is, he turns her down and wishes to be sent home. The princess sends him back, and he recognizes a girl as he walks home. It's Cutie!
But she's dead.
Nope, not anymore. And she's not a fairy anymore either. I just love how nonchalantly he walks past her and then realizes who it is.
Then the princess appears in the sun and tells Astyanax that Cutie is a reward for saving her world.
That's messed up. Imagine what his parents will say when he brings home some strange homeless girl to him.
And now for a special presentation from Rocket Koopa Theater.
Hey Dad, I'm back from Remlia.
Remlia? That's not the name of your high school.
It's a fantasy world, Dad.
Oh no! Margaret! Alex is off his meds again!
Why do you keep calling me Alex? I changed my name to Astyanax when I was 4.
Ugh, we should have never read him that book of Greek history. And who are you, little missy?
My name's Cutie.
Cutie?
Yeah, I'm a fairy. Yeah, she's a fairy, Dad.
Oh no! Margaret! He brought another one home from the Institute!
I'm coming!
Thank you for watching. Don't worry, Alex is safe and sound back in the Jalico Institute for Disturbed Children. Be sure to press those like and subscribe buttons. It'll really help out the creators of this video.
Every time you press the like button, the fairy becomes a real